This is a presentation about hormones in pregnancy and puberty and gametogenesis and menopause by Michaela Mooney. Humans who made a special chemical message which control various activities inside an organism. Human hormones are secreted by an endocrine gland. Some act only on specific body parts, target cells or target organs. Others cause a more general response. The principal controller of hormone production is the hypothalamus, which is part of a brain. It controls the secretions of many glands. The hypothalamus tells the pituitary to produce its hormones, which is self-controlled by many other glands. The hypothalamus informs the pituitary to produce its hormones by sending regulating factors to its anterior lobe and the nervous impulses to its posterior lobe. Human secretion is vital to regulating homeostasis. Regulation factors are special chemicals which control the production of a number of hormones and hence many vital body functions. They are sent to the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland by the hypothalamus, which is also part of the brain, releasing factors which make the gland secrete specific hormones and inhibit factors which make it start to stimulation. For example, the luteinizing hormone releasing factor and the follicle stimulating hormone releasing factor because of the hormones FSH and LH are regulating factors vital to homeostasis. Right. Gametogenesis is a process in embryology where gametes or germ cells are made and produced in an organism. The production of gametes comes from haploid precursor cells. To do this, a germ goes through meiosis to produce haploid cells that instantly develop into gametes. Puberty. I also have some diagrams here. Puberty is a time when life hits you with lots of physical and emotional changes as children start to become more grown up and turn into young adults. This is a process that usually happens between ages 10 and 14 for girls and 12 and 16 for boys. Puberty hormones. Luteinizing hormone is from the pituitary gland in women. It stimulates ovulation, the formation of corpus luteum, and its secretion of estrogen and progesterone. This works with estrogen and progesterone stimuli. The thickening of the lining of the uterus in a man causes the production of androgens. Oogenesis. In the human female reproductive system, it's a growth process which the primary egg cell or ovum becomes mature. A mature ovum, known as the primary ova, number around 4,000 lots, while not the primary ova remain dormant until just prior to ovulation, when an egg is released from the ovary. Spermatogenesis is the process by which haploid spermatozoa develop from germ cells within the seminiferous tubulus of the testes. This process starts with mitotic division of the stem cells located. Follicle stimulating hormone in women works with LH to stimulate the development of the ova in ovarian follicles, and also the secretion of estrogen by using follicles in early stages of the menstrual cycle. In men, this causes formation of sperm. Gonadotropin, releasing hormone, is a slow releasing hormone responsible for the release of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, which evolves from the anterior pituitary. GnRH is a type of tropic peptide, a hormone synthesized together and made up from neurons which are within the hypothalamus. Pregnancy, which is where a baby is developed by a man and a woman. Pregnancy hormones. Oxytocin is also known as the cuddle hormone. This is produced within the hypothalamus, which also builds up in the pituitary gland, which is also called the posterior lobe. This stimulates the contraction of muscles of the uterus during labour and secretes milk after giving birth. HCG, or human chorionic gonadotropin, is a hormone which is produced by the placenta after implantation. It is there to support the function of the corpus luteum. Which is a temporary structure which sits in the ovaries, essential in early pregnancy. This is also the hormone which gets detected by pregnancy tests. Progesterone. Progesterone is the hormone that helps establish the placenta. This is here to stimulate the growth of all the blood vessels that supply within the womb, and also inhibits the contraction of the uterus, so this grows alongside the baby's growth. This also strengthens the pelvic wall muscles for labour. Estrogen. Estrogen is a hormone which helps the uterus to grow. It maintains its lining and also helps the fetal organs. To develop. This hormone also activates and regulates the production of other hormones along with progesterone. It also stimulates breast growth and milk duct development. Prolactin is the main hormone needed to produce breast milk. It contributes to the enlargement of the mammary glands and prepares them for milk production. Progesterone helps to inhibit lactation during pregnancy. Relaxin. This hormone inhibits the uterus contraction to prevent premature birth. It relaxes the blood vessels, which increases the blood flow all the way to the placenta and the kidneys. This relaxes all the joints of the pelvis, softens and lengthens the cervix during birth. Dopamine is a specific type of neurotransmitter that your body and your nervous system uses to send messages between the brain. This is why it is called a chemical transmitter and plays a big part in how we feel pleasure. This also is a big part. Right. The menopause. So I've wrote a bit more on the diagrams there really. Menopause, which is where the hormones in an older lady change. They no longer have periods or can reproduce. They sweat more, they lose their ability to make babies. They have different levels of estrogen and progesterone. Have irregular periods, have sweats all the time, decreased libido and dryness. So when you get older, your body loses its ability to reproduce, and so this happens and you no longer have periods, but that's a good thing. You no longer you have different levels of hormones, which some are less and some are more, and some are different. They're different in different people, and people around 50 to 60, there's some people in the 40s normally get menopause, and after 30 years of periods, you can't blame the ladies for doing it. So you also, so it creates mood swings. You have low estrogen, low testosterone, hot flushes. So everyone gets those, but I guess you get them more when you have menopause. Irregular periods, or they completely stop.